ביטחון, כאילו, אין ביטחון בעצמי. אם אני אוהב אותו, אולי פתאום יתפוס אותי משטרה, עצור, 3, 4 חודשים, 5 חודשים. זה כל זמן, זה כמו כוס, אתה מחזיק אותו, אתה אוהב את הכוס הזה, ופתאום נשבר, זה נשבר, כמו לב, גם לב נשבר.
God, could you imagine a life like that, not
Scary.
being able to just be who you are? So that is a scene from The Invisible Men, one of the films that's showing at the Queer Film Festival, which is running right now here in Vancouver. Drew Dennis is the executive director of Out on Screen, which puts on the Queer Film Festival. And Dr. Sharalyn Jordan is with us as well from Rainbow Refugee. Thanks very much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Give us a little synopsis on the festival itself, and particularly this movie, which is hitting a nerve with a lot of people because of, you know, we're so open here in Vancouver that we don't think of it, but around the world not the same.
That's right. I mean, I think we've become fairly comfortable or have progressed quite nicely in terms of our human rights, LGBT rights here in Canada.
Sure.
But of course, that's not the case in countries around the world. And the festival, it's an opportunity for us to be highlighting stories, LGBT stories and struggles around the world. We're very proud to present 75 films this year from 16 countries. And you saw a little bit of Invisible Men, which is a film that we're showing tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's, you know, like Steve said, it's almost incomprehensible to us, Sharalyn, that you can't just live your life, that you could potentially be thrown in jail for loving someone. So just talk about the risks that some of these people have had to go through. To even appear on film like that must be risky for them.
Absolutely. I think the film does a very nice job of conveying that day-to-day sense of surveillance and danger that people are living with when our sexualities or genders are criminalized. And this is the case in over 78 countries around the world.
Wow. And Rainbow Refugee is?
We're a community group, member and volunteer driven here in Vancouver. We work with people who need to leave their country because of homophobic or transphobic persecution and seek refugee protection here in Canada.
So now, the gentleman that was in that movie and the director of this movie, what's their particular story? Like, will he have to leave now? Will he be able to go home? Like, what's his story?
So, the men in the film are living in Tel Aviv. They're unable to be recognized as refugees in Israel. And so their option, is to be resettled in a country in Europe or North America, and Canada is one of the countries that offers resettlement to lesbian, gay, bi, or trans refugees.
Right. So we do have, is there quite a community of refugees who've had to leave their native countries because of that kind of persecution?
Yes, there is. Here in Vancouver, queer and trans refugees from countries from Europe, for example, Moldova, Georgia, Asia, Southeast Asia, the Americas have all come to Vancouver to make Vancouver their new home.
Well, Drew, this is for someone who puts on a festival, I mean, this takes on more of a tone than just showing a movie. I mean, this is a person's life we're talking about.
Yes, it is. And I mean, the festival is, of course, about celebration as well. It's about celebrating our stories and having that opportunity to see them on the large screen and communities coming together and coming together with our allies. So it is, of course, opportunities to be discussing these issues with everybody, and I guess allies are very important too, so for folks to know that it's a queer film festival, but everybody is welcome.
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome. There's something for everyone, and as I always say, the party's better the bigger the tent.
You don't have to be LGBT to watch a queer film.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other films will be shown at the film festival? What are some of the highlights?
Yeah, we have a really strong lineup of films, and the breadth of stories just keep getting stronger and more diverse. A great highlight, a film that's showing this weekend, Joshua Tree, 1951. It's a fictionalized biography of James Dean, and people may or may not be familiar with the debate and fascination that happened following his death around James Dean's sexuality. So that's screening on Friday, and it screens again on Saturday.
Okay, that sounds, yeah, I didn't know.
You have to watch the movie.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And the one that I mentioned to you, I was reading some of the press release stuff, and there's actually a lot of well-known names that people in these movies that people will go and see the movie and go, oh, I recognize that person right off the bat.
Yeah, of course, and again, it goes back to that breadth. We're seeing a lot of different stories and stories that we don't get to see. And then we have our closing gala film, Dirty Girl, and there's quite a few Hollywood names within that film, including a great appearance by Dwight Yoakam. So that's screening on Sunday, the final day of the festival.
Just quickly, can you talk about, it was a big deal. I want to talk about the mainstream, about how LGBT are presented in the mainstream film and TV world, because I guess it was a big deal when Ellen came out,
Right.
Although her character certainly wasn't out, but now there was the L word, and you're starting to see
Queer as folk.
Yeah, queer as folk. You're starting to see a little bit more in mainstream media. Would you agree, or is it still sort of hidden?
No, we are, and I think we're starting to move beyond the stereotyped gay florist. We're starting to see characters that have a bit more depth and who just happen to be gay. That's not central to their characters.
Right.
And I think that's a fantastic thing. What's great as well is some of the films that we're highlighting this year at the festival are Centerpiece Gala film, beautiful film from Argentina around a transsexual woman, and the actress is actually transsexual. So it's great too, comparing that with something like maybe Boys Don't Cry. And not that actors can't play outside of their sexuality or their gender orientation, but it's nice there's an authenticity as well when we see our stories told by.
Give us the website real quick.
queerfilmfestival.ca.
Okay, good. Thank you both for being here. We appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thanks a lot. Have a good festival.
Take a break. Back in a couple minutes. Stay with us.